bottom of my heart, man. We talked about it. Try not to cry. We talked
we got some back party!
I love you guys. This team's got a lot of resiliency in it. Right? I'm proud of you guys. Defense, when we needed it most. Offense, we got some stuff to clean up, but man, we ran that motherfucking ball. Man, I'm so proud of you guys. Don't forget this feeling. Right? This is just the beginning. But our work in preparation next week has to match it. You guys with me on that? I love y'all with all my heart. Great job, David!
Let's go. Process on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Process!
Okay, girls, everyone knows a beaver's favorite food is wood. I just hope we brought along enough of it for our 3-day galactic space journey. So let's do the math. If Robin's beaver devours 6 inches of wood every half hour, and Jessica's beaver devours 8 inches of wood every 45 minutes, how much wood will I need to keep both of these beavers well-fed all weekend long?
While you figure it out at home.
My goodness. What a crazy few days for the UFL. Welcome to the Aftermath, folks. I am your host, El Capitan, a.k.a. Capitan Sport, a.k.a. the Captain, Ron Johnson. Welcome to the party. And I gotta tell you, it looks good. It looks great. It looks phenomenal. It's impressive as we get ready for what's next for the UFL as they prepare for what many people believe to be their wildest time. And when I say it's the wildest time, it is indeed the wildest time. Let's replay week 3 or week 4, shall we? Week 4 started exactly as we expected it to in every sense of the word. For some crazy reason, the team that we were, I guess, not talking about started actually sitting here making some proverbial noise. And to put it as nice as we can, that has actually worked out to one team's advantage versus another's. The Birmingham Stallions actually started things off in the most impressive way possible as they, well, to put it in a sense of the word, they actually got it done in epic fashion as they managed to outshine Houston when it matters. In fact, that wasn't even the biggest one of the whole thing. I want to bring up their bring up this past week, this past week 4, so that way at least we get everybody caught up with everything that has transpired up to this point. Since they're since that infamous thing, let's start out with the Michigan Panthers, who have been on a tear. Despite the loss to the Birmingham Stallions, the nail biter they had a couple of weeks ago, these guys have actually been finding ways to win and win big in most cases. This past Friday, they actually took out the Memphis Showboats, and you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can bring this up now, just for the fun of it, because reasons. That's what we do. That's the whole purpose of this one. Now, as we're bringing this up here, I want people to just understand that this is just what they do. So, Michigan Panthers actually sat here and got a big 27-9 win over the Memphis Showboats. They pretty much proceeded to whoop that trick, leaving Memphis winless on this season. Then, as going into week 4, Memphis was one of two teams that actually had not clinched a victory in this season of the UFL. Now, oh boy! You know what? I can't even with you right now. I can't even. That's Friday. I'm not even going to the NBA yet. Saturday actually started off pretty interesting, as basically it was 420 Eve. The St. Louis Battlehawks have lost their second straight game after winning the first 2. They They go into Texas, into Cowboys country, and lose to the Arlington Renegades 30-15. Renegades actually looking more impressive now than they did when they won the XFL championship a few years ago, before the infamous XFL-USFL merger. And now it kind of looks a little bit interesting on their part. Then we get to the night game, which was actually a much of a nail biter as basically Sunday's game. The Birmingham Stallions continued their trek after losing the initial season opener to the DC Defenders. They survive a battle with the Houston Roughnecks, 23-16. The Roughnecks, as we all know, actually won their first game of the year, I believe last week, but I could be wrong on that. But also, the big shocker, as you saw in the previous clip of the intro, prior to the intro, the San Antonio Brahmas. And no, folks, I'm not making this up. It's not a typo. It is exactly what you expect it to be. The San Antonio Brahmas have won their first game of the year. Their victim this time, shockingly enough, their victim was indeed, and again, not making this up whatsoever, their victim was actually the formerly undefeated DC Defenders, as they go into the Snake Pit and actually beat the Defenders 23-16 to actually record their first win of the year. As I said before, this is what, 24-18 was the final score in that one. And yes, it was a typo on our part, which we're actually going to fix up right now so we can actually make this right. Let's see here. Still, and no matter where it was 1 point, 2 points, the Defenders beat. The Defenders lost to the San Antonio Brahmas. And I may be a little bit out of sort, I may be a little bit out of sync, but that's huge. Because there were people that were kind of wondering, was the Brahmas all hype or no hype? Because again, the Brahmas are the defending XFL conference champions, and they finally get their first win of the year. The St. Louis Battlehawks was the runners-up in the XFL conference, and they've now officially have lost 2 straight. To put it as nicely as we possibly humanly can, this is probably one of those times of where you just have to sit here and be a fan, because you wanted high octane, you wanted insanity, you wanted madness, you wanted it all. Guess what? You got it all. And I'm gonna actually sit here and bring up the clips as much as I can for it, because, well, this was probably a lot more than people actually expected. In fact, let's go ahead and bring up some good bomb diggity clips in and of itself as we prepare for week 5. Week 5 will actually consist of a lot of big matches. This Friday, the Stallions will return to Friday night UFL Lights as they host the Memphis Showboats, the lowly Memphis Showboats, who have not won a game this season. And maybe there's some mentality involved in that. I'm not sure, but I can tell you this right now. If there's any ever time for miracles to happen, it seems to be when people least expect it. I mean, the Brahmas beat the Defenders, and the Defenders are pretty much most likely slated to win that game on Sunday night against the Brahmas, but that didn't happen. Then, of course, we've got coming up on Saturday morning, or Saturday night, I should say. On Saturday night, we will have the Michigan Panthers taking on the St. Louis Battlehawks at the Dome in St. Louis. It is the first meeting between these two teams since last season's big UFL opener, in which the Panthers used the elusive, infamous Jake Bates to win that season opener, and it was a good one. It was a good one, went all the way down to the wire. Then, of course, we got the big matchups, a doubleheader on Sunday. The DC Defenders will take on the Arlington Renegades, a battle of two teams who both have only suffered one loss this season. Looks like a battle for first place. This could be spelled volumes in the XFL conference because the Battlehawks win over the Panthers could put them pretty much right there, smack neck and neck with both the Defenders and the Renegades as far as that top spot in the XFL conference. And of course, Sunday night, another battle of Texas as the Houston Roughnecks visit the San Antonio Brahmas, which maybe will have believed to be the second or third loudest place to play in the U.S. in the entire UFL. Brahmas are going to try and make it 2 in a row. The Roughnecks are going to basically get their second win. Both teams fighting for victory, as they both only have one win on the season. And as you can tell from what you're seeing there, we had to make some amends to the infamous list of collision, as well. Memphis still pretty much a bob in the barrel. Houston, despite their animosity, despite the tenacity that they sat here and showed against the Birmingham Stallions, came up short in that one. San Antonio gets its first win, so of course they were not going to end up episode. They only jumped one spot to number 6. St. Louis goes from number 2 to number 5. 2 straight losses would do that to you. Michigan goes to 4. Birmingham goes to 3. DC goes to 2. And for the first time this season, a Texas team has climbed to the top of the food chain. Arlington sitting pretty at number 1. And to say the least, this is probably going to be a fun time to be a football fan if you're basically all into the spring atmosphere. So we keep this one going. We're going to throw in something there. We're going to actually show every single touchdown of this season. Bella, good girl. Sorry, my dog's going a little nuts back here, but I like it like that. She's good like that when she needs to be. Let's go ahead and go to basically let's shoot them up. The touchdowns of this season's. The touchdowns of week 4. Let's go ahead and just round them out, call them good, and let's just see how it played out. So here we are, folks. Touchdowns of week.
Coordinator on 2nd and goal. Play clock gets down to 0 as the handoff up the middle. Prince chugging toward the goal line. He's in for a Showboats touchdown.
And he's got the one on top.
Handoff and an opening again. Shedding tackles into the end zone for a Michigan touchdown.
And Toatawa is just right over the right side. And how about the hole? I mean, that is just beautiful. And you got to give a lot of credit to Cole Cabral
from the 19 of Memphis. Big hole again. A little stiff arm.
Read the defensive end. That means the key block is the tackle. He's got to move space. If he's able to move space, then all the quarterback has to do is read that end and keep him on the outside. There's nothing the defensive end can do right there. Nazir Player, number 45, cannot get all the way down because of the movement created by Chim Okorafor, number 72. Blocking Boogie Roberts and just washing him down the field, and it's an easy run for Nate McCrary because of what Okorafor is doing at right tackle. That is beautiful work right now, and even running through that contact.
Perkins jumps this pass down the sideline. He's got more, makes a move, and into the end zone for a Michigan touchdown.
His threat with his legs. You get the play action pass, then you get that little RPO action, and then there's the read down the field. We've seen that now a couple of times.
Samson Nacua in motion. Perkins pulls it, the run to the right side, the toss finds Weidermeyer, and sliding in for a Michigan touchdown.
Play clock winding down. Wilkins falls down with a snap. Ball popped out late, and this play is still alive. Chris Odom takes it back the other way.
Yeah, as Manny Wilkins plans to go forward, you can see that right leg just gives out on him. And
for St. Louis, pop pass to the edge. Payton. Oh, he got there. Devontae Payton, another touchdown for the Renegades.
So Mike's got it there.
16-9, second down and 7, and picked off. Intercepted by Willie Harvey. Here come the Battlehawks. Touchdown, St. Louis.
How early he breaks on this ball. Luis Perez hasn't even thought about throwing it, and Willie Harvey is already breaking because that's where the eyes of the quarterback go. And once he catches it, it's just a foot race. And if you're a linebacker, you better win a foot race against those offensive linemen. What a read by the middle linebacker, Willie Harvey, trusting what he sees.
Gain of 23. Day Hunter. The pivot through the pocket into the end zone. Oh, and he found a way across the goal line. St. Louis 1 for 4 on 4th down this season. It all comes down to this. 4th and goal. Intercepted. And the Renegades survive. It's Harris bringing it back the other way. Ajene going to take it to the house.
Max Duggan trying to hit the slant, just a little behind the receiver. And then Ajene Harris is Johnny on the spot, collects.
I'm going to be honest, seeing that actually how bad it got, it makes me start to question if we actually picked the right guy as our quarterback, because that's just insanity at its finest. Hey, Mickey, what's cracking there, brother? It just gets very, very, very interesting in all sense of the word, but I digress.
The football and finishes in the end zone. A frustrating possession inside the 10-yard line for the Battlehawks, and what started as a very promising one as they got down the field, they abandoned the run game on those last 2 plays.
Last play to Jalen Camp to see if they can convert the first down. They do. They get it up, and it is caught. Davion Davis all the way in for the touchdown.
Now you're going to have this linebacker come forward. Look at that. Look at all that area over the middle of the field. Matt Corral seeing everything in real time, and at that point, you're just relying on Davis to win in man-to-man. As eyes see the backer blitz, he goes immediately to Davion Davis. He gives him a good ball on his upfield side and in the low red area.
On 3rd and 2, White takes it into the end zone for the touchdown. Ready, set. Corral up top. Got a man open. Deion Kane, touchdown, Birmingham. From Corral to Kane. And the Stallions reestablish their offense.
Yeah, I wonder if the corner out here on the outside actually thought that he had deep help.
46-yard gain to the 11. McClendon keeps it. Gets around the corner. Did he get in?
Working against the best total defense in the UFL. On third down, handoff up the middle, plowing into the end zone. It's Aiden Robbins. His first touch results in the first half touchdown of the year for the Brahmas. At the 18-yard line, Sexton bouncing it to the outside. Matthew Sexton with room down the sideline. Sexton with one man in front, and Sexton gets by all the way for a Brahmas touchdown.
To ignite your team, and everybody just kind of got out of their lanes on that one. I mean by that is you've got an area that you're supposed to be, and you're not supposed to be running behind other players. You get too many players stacked up when you're covering kicks that way. Nobody's got contained, and Sexton gets to the outside, and you get they're just playing with a different attitude, man. They're just physical up front.
Tom going up top, wide open down the sideline, and walking in and tumbling in. Briley Moore.
What? Moore's just going to go right past the defender.
Ready, go!
On third and goal, Robbins steps through a tackle. Robbins into the end zone for the touchdown, his second of the day.
Ready, let's go.
Second down, Tamu on the keep. Tamu into the end zone for a DC touchdown.
Ready, go.
X return. He starts in and then moves back out.
Mond over the middle, found his man. It's Ward into the end zone for a Brahmas touchdown.
Impressive. That's wow. There's no nice way to sit here and put that one. That one was actually pretty, in every sense of the word, that was impressive for all the right reasons, as we had ourselves a pretty epic week 4. But like always, all good things do come to an end. So, but I guess we'll see exactly what happens, and we'll just take the ball and we'll run with it, folks. As we get ready to sit here and wrap it up here, just bear in mind, week 5 is right around the corner, and starts up on Friday night when the Showboats take on the Stallions. Plus we got the Panthers taking on the Battlehawks. We got the Defenders taking on the Renegades, and the Roughnecks taking on the Brahmas. It should be a lot of fun. Should be a lot of real good times. And just to put it as nice as we can, there's no nice way of putting exactly what big is coming, but we can tell you right now, it's gonna be good for everyone involved. That being said, folks, thanks so much for joining us for this one. As always, please keep it up with the Bleachers. Keep it up at BleacherBurners.com and have yourselves some fun. We will indeed have yourselves a good evening, and we'll catch you guys Friday night for the Smashing Show. Thank you all, and have yourself a good night.
Knows that Beaver's favorite food is wood. I just hope we brought along enough of it for our 3-day galactic space journey. So let's do the math. If Robin's beaver devours 6 inches of wood every half hour, and Jessica's beaver devours 8 inches of wood every 45 minutes, how much wood will I need to keep both of these beavers well-fed all weekend long?
I didn't think you had it in you.
I'm your huckleberry. Why, Johnny Ringo, like somebody just walked over your grave.
Fight's not with you, Holiday.
I beg to differ, sir. We started a game we never got to finish. Play for blood, remember?
I was just fooling about.
I wasn't, and this time it's legal.
All right, Lunger. Let's do it.
Say when.
Come on!
You know Daisy.
You know Daisy at all.
Poor soul. You were just too high-strung.
Yeah. What? What? Yeah. Dre, you ready? Come on. All right. Check. Cut him undercover. Timeless. Ready for him. Progress. Feeling like I'm just getting started. 2 shots back from my daily departed. You are now dealing with a monster. Oh shit. Profits. Doc Dre, bitch, I'm a prophet. Black Wall Street, niggas know where the stock is.
Like a satanic cult, it's an old ritual slaughtering goats, bitch. You're fucking with the original flow, sick, and anybody can get it. COVID. Fucking with that, I don't know shit that was so sharp I can slip my own fucking throat with it. So rich, I got more chips than my shoulders, and I'm about as approachable as a roach is. Just so let us steer clear from it. Here comes a nuclear bomb for your eardrums. Lyricism at its most fearsome and fears we're on another tear like a tear ducts. Upper echelon, your career sucking. It was sheer luck, like a fucking leprechaun with his beard cut. With a Punisher, weapon drawn with a beer gut. He's slower than a Decepticon with his gear stuck. And like what? I serial killing your Kellogg's. I love checks and I hate tricks. And you're a fake bitch. I can spot you like you about to weight lift. Bitch, I'm better than cake mix. And I can't be with egg beaters. You cunts must be out of your labius. And God's my alias. So if I don't have faith in me, then it basically makes me an atheist.